All right, everyone, just a little bit of an anti-hate disclaimer here. I don't hate transgendered people. I really don't care if people get reassignment surgery, take hormones, dress the way they want. It doesn't bother me, and I've been all around the weird part of the internet, so it didn't bother me 10 years ago either. I like to think of myself, oddly enough, as progressive on these things. Like, I was in favor of gay marriage, even when I was still a marginal Christian, by the way, before the Democrats took it up as a social issue, so I believe in freedom, individual liberty. Let's get that out of the way. That being said, it's very funny to watch the uber woke, far left cringe fringe try to erase womanhood. Like, they're literally trying to erase fundamentally the idea of gender. Let me ask a question, and I've never gotten a cogent answer from someone who believes in this sort of thing on this. How is being transgendered any different from being transracial? When you ask this question, they'll laugh nervously because it's not a social issue, because it hasn't been really taken up by a serious number of people that are claiming that they're transracial. They just laugh nervously and say, oh, you're being silly. Oh, that's just crazy talk. Underlying genetic basis, changed via surgery and personal anecdote. I'm not seeing the difference here. I'm really not. Again, if genetics is to be discarded in favor of the malleability of gender, of gender expression, I would term it, but gender in general, the left would term it. If it is not meaningful, and you can be whatever you want to be, inside, and in fact, you can be both. You can say, well, I'm kind of intersex, sometimes I feel female, I wear a skirt. By the way, gender roles definitely play a role in the expression of gender still, oddly enough. And then, I put on my muscle shirt and go tinker with my motorcycle on days when I feel male. Sometimes it's hyper-genderized, you'll notice. Have you ever noticed this? That among people who are like the Tumblr gender thing, there's actually a hyper-focus on gender expression. So somebody is like, well, I was born male, but I feel female. And so they start wearing bright pink lipstick and zebra-striped dress and stuff like that. And it's like, that sort of expression is almost, it seems hyper-enculturated, if that makes sense. It's like a hyper-expression of that culture's expression of gender. Anyway, that's a totally different topic we can save for another video, but again, if female doesn't matter, if male doesn't matter, then why would it be any different from race? But anyway, there's a link in the description here to a CNN tweet where they're talking about how people with cervixes should get cervical cancer screenings. And I totally agree, except there's an easier term, which is women. Women have cervixes. Now, I believe, and I could be wrong, if you're transgendered or you're medically aware, maybe you can tell me this. If a person is born female but transitions, has the actual surgery to become fully transitioned to maleness in everything except for the chromosomal sense, don't remove the cervix and womb, much of that underlying tissue? I think that they do. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the case. It's like if I transitioned into a female, would they not remove my testicles? Otherwise they'd be producing testosterone. I would think that that'd be a problem. Maybe. I'm not transgendered, so I'm not 100% sure about all of these things. By the way, if you want to see the actual surgery, you can always watch Mediker's BitChute channel, and he's got a video on there. Spoiler alert, it's surgery, so it's kind of gory. But anyway, it's not helpful to adopt this kind of terminology just to appease a handful of easily offended people. Because I've spoken to people who are transgendered, including one that I was sort of acquainted with from high school. And as far as I know, none of them really care about the pronouns thing. The people that I've met that do care, by and large, are not transgendered individuals. I've met and even once dated somebody who was on the far left, like an Occupy far leftist, and would dicker about pronoun usage and stuff like that. I've never met anyone who's transgendered that did, who wasn't on Twitter. And I'm assuming if I went to Tumblr, it'd be a problem probably. I'd get called politically incorrect there, but no one uses it anymore because they eliminated porn anyway, so they all use Reddit now or something probably. They all use 4chan, ironically enough, probably. It's funny because Tumblr was always the worst. They would always try to attack other sites and then get their shit shoved in. Good riddance to them that they've basically died out. Weren't they evaluated at hundreds of millions of dollars, and then recently they got sold for pennies, basically? They got offloaded because basically, at that point, you're paying for the domain name because it happens to be well known. It'd be funny, if I had the money, I'd probably buy it, and then I would just say, okay, you're allowed to have porn again, and then all of a sudden the site would be more popular. But I mean, manly cervixes aren't a thing. Feminine testes aren't a thing. Women need cervical cancer screenings. Yeah. And if they happen to get this surgery, again, if they've still got a cervix, yeah, they should get screened. But that cervix is a mark of femaleness. Your chromosomes, you still don't have a Y chromosome. Now, in the future, this probably will change. In the future, you will see that even the chromosomes can be changed. Medical science is making all sorts of breakthroughs all the time. Once they accomplish this, it'll be a big thing. And by and large, they'll be able to grow, like instead of taking skin from your arm and making a penis for you, they'll be able to just lab grow one. They'll just take your cells and they'll make a penis. Why not? They probably have the technology for that already. Of course, implanting it might be difficult, but they can do it. That medicine is great. Why not just use a robotic penis? Like, have you ever seen Space Truckers, I think it was? And there's that one robot dude, and he's got the robotic dick that he starts with a ripcord. I'm getting off the rails with this one. It's kind of a funny subject because it's like these people are so out there that they want to cancel J.K. Rowling. She's a total leftist. She's like an Occupy, BLM, take the knee sort of person. Trump is everything wrong with the world. They want to cancel her too. She's like, I think she's the richest woman in the world. Like one of the most successful females that's existed, like the icon of feminism from the 2000s, getting canceled in 2020 by a bunch of people who have gone so far left that they forced J.K. Rowling and Noam Chomsky to sign on a letter begging people not to try to censor and deplatform them. Isn't that goddamn hilarious? Nah, people have gone fucking completely insane. But yeah, check out the tweet and mock it roundly because it definitely deserves to be mocked. Again, I don't have a problem with people who are transgendered. I would question whether we should have transracialism, though. Maybe today I feel Asian. I'm interracial. That is, sometimes I feel white, and I want unseasoned chicken, according to these racists on the left. And sometimes, I feel like maybe I'm Japanese. Konnichiwa or something. Why not? What the fuck is the difference? Can I please get an explanation from somebody? That's about all. Peace out.